Hey spiritual warriors, Kristy here, and today we are talking about something that is deeply close to my heart. We are talking about spiritual awakening, confusion, midlife crisis, identity crisis. I mean, what the fuck is going on with my life stuff. So if you have been feeling a little bit lost lately, if you've been questioning everything, feeling like a foreigner in your own life, or maybe you even have been asking yourself, am I going through a midlife crisis right now? Then this video is for you. This is a massive topic, but let's break this down a little bit and see what's actually going on here. Firstly, let's talk about what a spiritual awakening really is. It's not just about feeling dissatisfied with your life, although that can be a very big part of it. It is a profound shift in consciousness that dramatically changes the way you view yourself and the world around you. Now, here are some signs that you might be experiencing at the start of your spiritual awakening journey. You're not just questioning your life choices, but your deep-rooted beliefs and values. You find yourself being drawn to spiritual or looking at the deeper meaning in life. You're feeling out of touch with your old life, maybe relationships, friendships, family, things that you used to like going and doing. It might all start to lose its significance. Maybe you're actually experiencing synchronicities. Maybe you're seeing 1111 everywhere. Maybe someone just talked about something and then the next thing you see is the exact same thing. You start to notice these things and see these deeper meanings in life, wondering, is there a message in that for me? There is. You may even be feeling more sensitive around certain people, around certain places, or just in general. Maybe you can't handle big crowds at the moment. Loud sounds might make you want to cringe. Some people even experience ringing in their ears. I know for me, originally I thought, oh my God, maybe I've got tinnitus. And I quickly realized there's nothing wrong with my ears. It's actually this higher dimension, higher vibration, higher frequency here getting my attention. And this time can be really challenging, a little bit discombobulating, and sometimes people even feel like they're going a little bit crazy. It's like one day you wake up and you realize there is a whole new reality that you can see that wasn't there before. Like a new filter just got placed over your life. And you can feel very stuck between these two worlds, the old and the potential new. When I started to wake up, I remember feeling like, am I crazy? Should I check myself into a mental institution maybe? Because my sense of reality was just different. My quality of thoughts were different. I was thinking in new ways. I was questioning everything. My beliefs and my values were literally changing. And at that time in my life, I had no one to talk to and I couldn't really explain what I was experiencing. And I think that's what made me feel like I was going crazy, because there was no one there who really understood this subtle new world and way of thinking and being that I was experiencing. And at the same time, I started to wake up to and realize that some of the situations that I was in my life were really not that great. And that was a hard truth to swallow. And I often find these things can coincide with a spiritual awakening. Your old life is kind of meant to fall away. And that is very scary to us humans. And this is why it sometimes sounds like a midlife crisis, because I started to realize, wow, my relationship's really crap. The way I'm working sucks. I don't want to be doing this. And I started to realize, oof, maybe there's another way. Whereas before, I was in that reality, it just felt normal and like there was nothing I could really do about it. If you've been experiencing these things too, then maybe you're not having a midlife crisis at all. Maybe you are just awakening spiritually, and this is a good thing. So now let's talk about some other universal factors that are going on at these times of our lives. If we take the concept that we are a spiritual being having a human experience, we start to realize that our physical body isn't the only body that there is. In fact, we have 12 energy bodies, including our physical body, and they all anchor at different times of our lives. And as we are approaching the age of 30, our soul body starts to anchor. Our soul is essentially calling us. It is trying to ground itself into the physical experience. So this can start to explain of like why around these ages we start to really have these big shifts in consciousness. Our soul is calling our name. The other very coincidental and interesting thing that's happening at this time astrologically is that we are experiencing our Saturn return. Saturn takes roughly 30 years to come back to the same point in the chart as when you were born. And the moment Saturn enters into the same astrological sign that it is in your birth chart is when you start to really experience all of these midlife crisis, identity crisis, time for me to change, spiritual awakening themes. So we are looking at the ages between around 28 and 30, around 57 to 60, it comes again. And then if we live that long, around 86 to 88, we get another Saturn return. This often marks significant transitions in life because Saturn is a planet that is often called the taskmaster. It really forces you to grow up, to take greater responsibility, and brings with it some deep karmic lessons. There is a lot of discipline, a lot of structure, and a lot of boundaries. If you think of Saturn, it literally has rings around it. So there is a boundary that needs to be put into place. Something needs to shift and change. And allowing your soul to come online and your ego to be in service to your soul and step away a little bit, that's a massive boundary on the mind and the discipline of our spiritual practice and where we're actually living life from. So Saturn returns can bring periods of intense self-reflection, deep transformation. Many people experience transitions, changes in career, changes in relationships, life goals might even change, and depending on your unique birth chart and where this is, this might happen in different areas for you specifically. It encourages maturity and taking great accountability for our lives. It taps us into the consequences of life, of our actions, of our choices, and really forces us to grow the fuck up. There can be a release of outdated patterns, habits, thoughts, beliefs, and people, places, and things come into that too. Anything that is not serving your higher purpose starts to fall away. Saturn is what we call a malefic planet, so it brings some challenges and some frustrations. Often we can feel very stuck because of those boundaries, and we're being asked to kind of break through them at certain times or place them in if we've had no boundaries at all. So this period of our life can come with that frustration, that confusion, maybe a little bit of anxiety about the change that we need to make. We grow through challenges, so all of these challenges provide significant breakthroughs in personal growth if we so choose to wake up. And why we feel like this is a crisis mode, midlife crisis, identity crisis, why that word is thrown in there is because these awakenings often challenge our sense of security, our sense of self, of everything that we've known. It forces us to face uncomfortable truths, and that can feel very crisis inducing. But this time is an opportunity, you guys. If we really do the deep inner work, the spiritual work, and choose to use this spiritual awakening, these Saturn returns, to learn the lessons and grow, we can become more grounded, more clear, walk on our unique path, the path that our soul wants us to walk on. We feel strong, we feel empowered, we feel guided, we feel supported, and we can really start stepping and taking action towards our true direction and purpose in life. Is it really a crisis? Are you having a midlife crisis, or are you just spiritually awakening? Is Saturn and your soul just asking you to get on your path? Are these challenges nudging you towards growth and transformation and to your highest potential? Is your spirit calling for you to step the fuck up and live the life that you were destined for? I'm not saying it's easy, guys. I'm just saying it was meant to be. And that this process is a normal part of life that we all go through on some level. And it's just a choice point for you to step into the highest version of you. The real key here is to see this whole thing as a big portal of growth. You're not falling apart, you're falling into alignment with your true self. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all of this amazing content that will support you to fuel your transformation and personal growth to the next level. And until next time, keep shining your light, keep embracing change. You have got this. Let's go, spiritual badasses.